Welcome back to Learn SKN, and today we're going to conclude looking at the May-June 2025 POB past paper 2. So we already did question 1, 2, 3, 4. This is question 5, the last one. So before you jump into it, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's grow the channel, let's grow the community, so we can have that interaction, that feedback, help me, help you, reach one, teach one, that kind of flex, right? So we're en route to 50K. We're at 30K right now. I mean, yeah, kind of long stretch, but let's try to see if we can reach 50K. All right, let's jump into this question. List 3 financial institutions other than commercial banks. Other than commercial banks. All right, so of course, our handy dandy textbook have them laid out clean as day for us. Right, so 1, a credit union. There's a list. We don't have to explain nothing. So a credit union, that's 1. Insurance company, that's 2. We have these building societies, that's 3. And we have those little, micro lending agencies, those little, petty loan kind of thing, those kind of loan sharks kind of thing. Yeah, we got them too. Right? So those are some of the financial institutions other than the commercial bank. Pretty straightforward. Got them, how much is that? 3 marks right there. Alright, B, list 4 services offered by commercial banks. I mean, this list really running up right now. These commercial banks doing 1,000,001 things. And so some of the main ones are, of course, they allow for savings deposits. You can have a saving deposit, a savings account. So you're allowed to save money there. You can borrow money, so you can go for a loan from the bank. You can have a checking account, so you can use checks and those kind of things at the bank. You can use the bank to pay different people, pay your utilities, pay somebody you bought something from overseas. You can use the bank for wire transfers. You can use the banks for credit, debit card services. You can use the bank for fixed account services. You can use the bank for night safety deposits. You can use the bank to conduct investments. So there are so many things that you can use a commercial bank for, right? So borrowing, lending, that's what they do. They can put the safe deposit. They can store your jewelry and that kind of stuff in the safe. You can get credit card, debit cards, checking accounts. You can have a mortgage. You can make payments. You can do wire transfer. You can accept, send. So all of these are services that your typical commercial bank can have for you, can offer for you. And so now it's up to you to take advantage of whichever one you might think fits your lifestyle or whatever, right? So list, we list. That's 4 easy marks right there, right? So far so good. Outline one difference between savings and investment. One difference between savings and investment. Alright, so to just put it simply, right? So savings is where you put money aside for some future use, right? You put money aside, you have your income, you get paid, and you put money aside to deal with certain issues, to pay for something later on, to just put aside for future use, the money, right? Whereas investment now is where you take money and you purchase some sort of asset with hopes that it will generate income for you in the future, right? So investment is you taking the same money and you're buying an asset. It could be bonds, stocks, real estate, something that will generate future income for you. Whereas savings is where you take that income, that money today, and you put it aside, in a bank account, on the pillow, whatever, in hopes of using it later on, right? To use it later on in case of an emergency. Maybe you're saving towards buying something, saving towards college, whatever. So you're putting it aside to use later on. Whereas investment, as I said, take the money, take the income, buy assets so that asset can generate more income for you in the future. That's the best difference right there. One of the biggest difference between savings and investment, right? So yeah, 2 marks easy for that one. Identify one form of savings and one form of investment. All right, so I already mentioned some about, but savings, bank account. You can put money in a bank account, or you can put it under your pillow in a piggy bank. You can do what we call susu or pad in the hand, right? That's a Caribbean vibes right there. So all those are examples of savings. You can do fixed deposit, short term, long term, fixed deposit, whatever. But the short term more the savings kind of thing, right? But of course, the most popular one is savings in a savings account in a bank, right? Put your money in a savings account, a deposit in a bank. Investment, there are many. You can buy bonds, you can buy stocks or shares, you can buy real estate. So those are ways in which you can invest. So you can use the stock market for those things, or you can use the government, wherever markets they have, to buy the treasury bills, government bonds. You can buy stocks and bonds from actual companies. You can buy real estate. What else? You can invest in things like antiques or whatever, so they can get, as they become older, their price go up and you sell. So those are things you can invest in. So those are examples of savings and investment they can utilize out there. List 3 personal sources of capital that may be used to start a business. Right? List 3 personal sources of capital that may be used to start a business. So if we jump to our textbook, looking at the personal sources of capital, remember the saying here, to start the business, right? So to start it, to get it off the ground. So naturally you can use your own personal savings, right? You have savings in the bank, you can use that. You can ask friends or family. You can ask them to help bankroll the start of your business. You can go and get a personal loan from a bank, small loan, short-term loan from a bank, to try and bankroll or start your business. You can ask venture capitalists, right? You can ask venture capitalists to invest in your company to get it started. You can do the whole crowdfunding thing. You can go online and you'd say, okay, I have an idea, I'd like to start my business, and you can start a GoFundMe or something like that to try to get the capital you need to start your business. Of course, you can enter into a government program, grants, those kind of things, loans, to try and get money to start your business. To start it, but to run it, you're of course going to need other things that they didn't ask for. So we're just looking at how we can actually start our business. All right, the next question here. That's 3 marks for those simple explanations. Last part of the question. The Banks family is struggling. They said the Banks family. I would assume they mean Banks is their last name, right? But I guess they're playing the words here. The Banks family is struggling financially. A close family friend advises the family to consider preparing a personal budget. Explain 2 benefits that the Banks family could gain from preparing a personal budget. Alright, so what is a budget, right? So a budget is basically a plan that outlines where your money is going to come from and how you're going to spend it, right? Where money is coming in from and where it is going out to. That's basically a budget, right? You systematically planning how you're going to spend your money, how you're going to earn it, how you're going to spend it, right? So the question is asking us to outline some benefits of 2 benefits of you preparing that budget, so you know where your money coming from, where it's going. So one benefit is you're able to track your expenditure, you're able to track your money, your spending, so you know where your money is going. Because sometimes persons are unable to know. Sometimes you have a bank account and money just leaving. Where's this money going? Sometimes they have subscriptions, they didn't even realize that they're coming out every month, etc., etc. So when you have a budget, you are able to actually track your money to see where it's going from. That's one benefit right there. Also, you are able to now control your money a little better. So tracking, now you're able to control your money better, because you're able now to say, okay, based on this budget, I am not going to spend anything outside. I'm going to stick to my budget. So the budget allows you to be more intentional. It allows you to control your money a lot better, because now you're saying, I'm going to stick to the budget I'm not going outside, so you're able now to control your spending a lot better, right? So you can see the benefits right there in terms. So it allows you to control your money, allows you to track your money. It allows you to plan, right? It allows you to plan a lot better. It allows you to plan your finances, your life, your spending, your earnings a lot better. So it allows you to plan better because you already see where your money is coming from, where it is going. So now you can target certain things. Now you can know, okay, yeah, in these 3 months, my cash outlay is higher than it's in what's coming in. So now you have to know, okay, months before that, I must stockpile my money because I know let's say for example, every September is back to school. And so we know back to school, spending, shoes, uniform, books, laptops, bags. So you know that when September is rolling around, you know August, we gotta start planning. June, July, we gotta start planning. Put the money aside because we know in September, money going out more than what coming in. So it allows you to plan better with your money, your finances. So those are 3 benefits I gave you right there. Control, plan, and also track. Right? You're able to track, control. So those are ways in which it can, help you. Also monitoring. Let me just add monitoring to that last one, because when you have a budget, you're able to see what happened last year or last month. You have historical data as to what happened last year. You're able to now monitor and change accordingly, right? So those are some benefits you can get. Of course, in the textbook, they outline all these things when it comes to a budget, right? So you can feel free to look in your textbook, read up on that, so you're able to better understand that question. All right, so that is it, yo. That is it for the May-June 2025 POB paper 2, right? 2025. So we're ready for 2026 hour, right? January coming, May-June coming again. So follow through these videos to help you get ready for that. We know what to do again. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when Learn SKN drops another video. So we are up to date on POB. We're gonna try to see if anybody have paper 1 for 2025 May-June. Hit me up, Learn SKN at outlook.com. Hit me up. So I'll send me a link in one of my videos if you get access to that paper 1. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.